Hi, my name is Clara Liao. I'm a first-year neuroscience PhD student at Yale. So I'm interested in studying the molecular mechanisms of neuropsychiatric disorders. And I think it's interesting because by studying the mechanisms of disorders of the brain, we can not only work to find treatments for those suffering from disorders, but also learn so much about how the healthy brain works and really appreciate how incredibly precise the mechanisms of brain function are. What I like best about science is that it's all about digging up puzzle pieces that give us clues to how something works, and then working with others and their puzzle pieces to sort of figure out how they go together and to more thoroughly explain the phenomena we see in biology and nature. I've always loved animals and being in nature as a kid, so I first wanted to study animals and ecology, and then in college that kind of evolved to this intermediate interest of mechanisms of animal behavior, and the underpinnings of animal behavior are so rooted in brain function that I quickly developed this love of neuroscience specifically.
Once the virus enters your body, it looks for cells with the right receptors.
I made this video about COVID-19 because in trying to keep informed about the pandemic, I found it personally so overwhelming to sift through all the many articles and resources to find the key pieces of information. So I imagine that this was even more of a barrier to those who are intimidated by scientific jargon and don't find these resources accessible. So I wanted to make something to convey critical, scientifically reliable information to people in a really easily digestible manner. So that's why I made this whiteboard explainer video. I think people are more likely to make good decisions when they're informed. So it's especially critical now that we rely on everyone doing their part to decrease transmission and keep engaged and informed.